If you use a Hobonichi Avec, you know how exciting the practice of setting up a new book in the midst of June can be. I personally love the entire process behind it and prefer to go in blindly, letting what I have and own inspire me to create a new unique cover that perfectly captures who I am and what I like in this moment in time. If you are equally as in love with the process, then keep following along as I show you in a few minutes what took me over an hour in real time. Hello darlings, and welcome to Gilded Plants. If this is your first time here, hi, I'm Olga and I'm so happy you joined me in this little corner of the internet. As an anxious girly who craves structure and stability, I love talking about the setups and lineups that protect my piece, sharing a bunch of planner and journal tutorials especially for file effects, offering free printables and inserts, and having fun little yapping sessions about all my favorite stationery and journaling tools. If that sounds like a sanctuary you want to be a part of, I would love for you to join our beautiful community here by hitting that subscribe button. And now, without further ado, let's jump into this video. As I have mentioned in my previous video, I have lost all the audio to this footage, which honestly has been a blessing in disguise, as it has allowed me to discover my love for doing voiceovers. You have to know that prior to this experience, I was a voiceover hater, not as a viewer, but as a creator. And I have to admit that I was blind and ignorant in this regard because man, this is so fun. I have already prepared a few things before starting this video. I glued on this painting by Pablo Picasso called Olga in an Armchair simply because we share the same name and I love the color scheme. Then I added a label and embroidered the cover with a rose. The pattern will be linked in the description below together with the Pinterest board that features all the cross-stitch patterns I enjoy. I did not film this process because it took me hours to do, but if you're ever interested in seeing me embroider a cover, do let me know and I'll film it for you. But don't ask me to embroider a leather cover because that takes days and I'm just not one who's keen to suffer if avoidable. The person who inspired me back then to cross-stitch my leather cover with a swan was Poopy Pagey. I'm not sure if that's correct, but she's on TikTok. It is low-key a blessing and a curse. I love looking at it, but the memory of bloody hands and pain is haunting me to this day, and it was as always my fault for being overly eager and underprepared. I have this illness where I believe I can do everything myself, coupled with a perfectionist streak of if I can't master it immediately, what's the point, and a sprinkle of how hard can it be? And oftentimes it ends in a mess. Because see, while all of this seems utterly contradictory, it makes a lot of sense in my heart. It's tearing me in multiple directions, but it's real. I didn't run myself into frustration this time though, which is why my cross-stitching is a hobby that is here to stay. It's a new weapon in my hobby arsenal, if you will. The color theme of this masterpiece is blue and green and red and gold. So all primary colors plus green. And yes, gold is just a shiny yellow in my world. To finish off this cover, I wanted to add in some more red and green, so I added this red doily as well as this cute green patch sticker that I have created for a pen pal project I did. Eventually, I decided on cutting out the hearts from the doily and used them across the cover. By the way, the shiny cover that I have used to protect the book is from Midori, and it does the job well. I struggled a lot writing this title, but eventually we got there, and look at this beauty. Isn't she stunning? If your name is Olga too, I'll link the painting in the description below. After struggling through my cover choices, I decided to prolong my suffering by making a lot more decisions for the inside pages. First, I added a pocket on the clear cover part to hold my dot stickers, which are from Amazon by the way, and after I have successfully done that, I addressed my key so I can always remember what means what. I usually gravitate to classic key cards for that, and of course I did so that day too. My key is green for journaling, yellow for dreams, blue for reviews, and red for trauma. I want this to be visible wherever I am in the book, so I glue it face down so it can open up to the left and stick out while I navigate the pages. To glue it down, I use my gorgeous MT William Morris washi tape. I am loyal to this collection and I will mention it as long as I am able to repurchase it, which probably is forever. MT, I'm looking at you, please do not discontinue this. Since I am a sucker for pretty things, I cannot just look at a blank piece of paper, and thus I have decided to put some more William Morris washi tape on it, but the other kind. This blue wallpaper-like washi tape is my favorite, and it's also, you guessed it, from MT. It was also mandatory for me to title this piece of paper with key, because what if I forget? Gotta make sure I don't, you know? And you know what they say, better safe than sorry. So that's my motto. And because that's not enough, I had to decorate the right side too, but I quickly noticed that all I was surrounded with was boring and uninspiring, but thank God I remembered that I made these really cute free printable patches for the community, so I immediately ran to my printer and printed out a few options for myself. I have introduced them to you in a previous video. If you're interested in downloading them and seeing how you can turn them into cool, gorgeous, transparent dashboards for your ring binder, then you can watch the full simple process by clicking the the info card above or the link in the description below. While I was cutting out my patches, my cute little baby sunshine kitty came. Her name is Momo and she purred beautifully for us, but since I lost my audio, I guess you were not meant to experience the greatness that is her voice. Her performance was a 10 out of 10, but unfortunately lost to the gods. But no worries, if she ever blesses me again while filming, I will make sure that this time my mic is on. In addition to my patches, I also added another doily because it's cute and I really wanted to keep the green and red theme going. I also incorporated a leftover heart from the cut up doily before to tie everything together. I added another label because what if I didn't read what was written on the cover? You have to look out for your future self always, so your granny self never gets confused. Lastly, I added a sheet of my favorite star stickers since I do not go anywhere without them anyway. I was debating whether I wanted to add something to that weird page that isn't really one, but I caved and added my favorite swan patch on there. I am a swan enthusiast, let it be known. Now that the majority of the decoration is done, let me walk you through my journal and how I plan on using it. The yearly overview is just to see the passage of time. I like sitting there, putting on a sticker on yet another month that has passed and whispering, time flies. It makes me feel wise beyond my years and like I have lived fully and unapologetically. The future log style section has given me a lot of headaches because for the longest time I had no use for it, but I've settled for tracking my media, and I am proud to say that I have added my very first movie to the list, Obsession. Not in this video as I have filmed this in June, but isn't that fun? The first media I've consumed this month was a movie I watched in the cinema. By the way, I loved it. If you have seen Obsession, please let me know your thoughts. I have to talk about this to someone. My monthlies are my favorite part. This is where I track all my social interactions. When I have seen someone, when I have called or FaceTime with a loved one, and also any events they told me about. If a friend of mine is going on vacation, I'll put it right there so I know what they are up to, and so I am able to show my interest. I also track my pen pal things here, like when I've sent out a letter or package, when it has arrived, etc. It's great data for future letters just so I can anticipate how long it might take. I did decorate the June pages with Mina Perhonen washi tape, the ye old ransom note sticker book, and some PET tape. I am proudly holding up some dot stickers here, yapping about how I track these social events with them, but I don't. I was caught lying in 4K. I actually highlight the things I write down in different colors. My mom is pink, my dad yellow, and so on. In my weeklies, I keep my captain's log. If I do not write down what I did, I will not remember it. For me, this is important just to see where my time goes and what I have done in a day. It's a reference point for my reflections, and it makes it really easy to find the highlights of my week, my month, my quarter, or my year. And it's also proof that my life actually is quite fun, exciting, and interesting. I get to focus on what I have lived instead of what I haven't. It's a grounding practice for me, and it has helped me immensely in shifting my perspective and allowing me to be even more grateful for what I get to do and experience. My dailies are for my journaling. I do not constrict myself. Whatever space is necessary to express myself is the space that I allow myself to take. For any spillover, etc., I can use my date stickers so nothing gets lost and everything is dated correctly, despite what Hobonichi has forced upon me. Sometimes I write more, sometimes I write less, and my pages will accommodate accordingly. When it comes to my back pages, I really have no true purpose for them other than junk journaling new stationery supplies. If I get new washi tapes, PT tapes, etc., I do put the packaging in the back so I know that those things were acquired during that time, but other than that, I don't have any real purpose for the back pages. And those are all the intentions I have set for myself with this book and all the tasks I have assigned to my new journal. It holds a lot of valuable information for me, and it does allow me to be more present in my life and to see an accurate reflection of it instead of a distorted version that lives in my head, filtered through that monster critic that lives within me and yells at me bigoted things just like the average Trump voter. Here's what I believe it looks like, courtesy to the creator. I found it on Pinterest. I have also allowed myself to bully it back now, so hopefully we will be divorcing soon. If you want to learn how this journal fits into my current planning and journaling setup, then I have just a video for you. My 2026 lineup video will be linked for you on the screen, so make sure to click it so you can learn about all the little notebooks I use in tandem with my Hobonichi. If you want to learn how I plan, then you will be happy to hear that I touch on that in this video as well. Make sure to hit the notification bell because in my very next video I will show you how you can create your own custom washi tape cards. They are the perfect way to personalize your setup and add some beautiful seasonal or aesthetic charm to your front pockets. And that's a wrap, my darlings. As always, may your spreads be gilded, your tea always warm, and your days filled with the purest form of joy and happiness. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you feel inclined to do so, then hit the notification bell so you never miss out on this chaos. I will see you right over in the next video. Bye!